I'm Kris Holden-Ried, and you're tuned into Droids Canada Podcast. Enjoy.
Hey gang, Ralph Garman here.
This is Inspector Gadget.
Hello, this is Andrew Chalmers, the writer and doctor in Doctor Who Dark Journey.
Hello, this is Dr. Stevel.
Hey, what's cracking, y'all? It's your boy J-Rock.
This is James Duval.
Hey, what's the sitch? This is Kim Possible.
This is Jeremy Taggart.
I'm Kris Holden-Ried.
I'm Commander Shepard.
Hey, I'm DJ Jenny Rock.
And I'm Neil Young.
Hey, this is Andrew Cassess.
Hey, this is Pat Mastroianni from Degrassi, Joey Jeremiah.
This is the evil Dr. Bad Vibes. Then this is Messy Bear. And this is more from X-Men.
Hi, this is Robert Carradine.
This is Sean Gunn.
Hey, it's Zach Callison.
Hey everyone, it's Tammy Stronach from The Neverending Story.
Everybody, this is the Governator. Listen, I'm telling you this, okay? So listen to me carefully. You're listening to Droids Canada. Can you believe that? I can't believe you're listening to it. Come with me if you want to live.
Warning. Listener discretion is advised.
That means there's a lot of fucking swearing.
Hello.
Here I am, the Con Stranger. I am in Kitchener. I am at Tri-City Con. We're talking everything Canadian. I'm here with Kris Holden-Ried. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent. It's Oktoberfest. Can't wait to get over to those beer tents.
It is Oktoberfest. I know next door is quite lively with people having their lovely beverages. You just passed some wonderful artwork of you. Now, of yourself. Now, I want to talk about...
beside my bed, so I can wake up to Vex every morning.
When
I was employed gainfully.
This is Paul Amos, by the way.
Hello, I'm going to be trying to talk to Paul in a little bit once I'm done here with you. Now, so you've done everything from Underworld to, I believe one of your starts was with Gossip and, of course, Lost Girl. Now, you have a lot of, Vikings, you have a lot of epic scenes in everything that you've done. Now, how did you get involved in the acting world to, kind of move towards that style of genre?
I got involved in acting through sports. So I was on the national team of a sport called modern pentathlon, which the sports are running, swimming, shooting, but also fencing and horseback riding. So there's these, very romantic sports which work well in the cinematic world. And so I guess with that skill set, I just sort of was gravitating towards that kind of project, which is usually done with a little bit more of that, more
that
cinematic.
Athletic style background as well can assist in the epic scenes.
Yeah, I guess so. And then I've just been very fortunate with the projects that sort of came my way, and over the years I kind of started embracing a bit more of that sort of bigger filmic sort of style of acting, and like the whether it's the Lord of the Rings, the Harry Potter, that it has a certain stylistic tonality to it, which I started to enjoy, and it lends itself to my already existing skill set. So.
Now, have you found any challenges playing those roles?
Sure, every role is a challenge, man. It's in that kind of with that kind of style, it's always a challenge to balance sort of authenticity of performance as well, and so yeah, every project has its own sort of specific challenge.
Its own sort of challenges, exactly. I've kind of recently started getting into the whole acting and turning on a character and doing everything. And for myself, the only way I work as a waiter. There's a lot of people in this industry. Some people do work in the service industry. But what's great is I can try to turn on something and then just do my shift as derelicts are destroying everyone right now. To try to turn on a character and be able to act that out a couple of days while at work, just to try to fine tune everything that's going on. Now, I'm really interested in this pentathlon. Now, you were national team for Canada, so you are Canadian, because we are celebrating everything Canada here. Now, with that, is that an Olympic event?
It is, yeah. I joined the team in '92, which was an Olympic year, so I didn't have international qualifications yet. And by '96, I was injured, and so I missed my Olympic window, basically. And then at that time, I started acting. That was when I got my first acting gig. I was actually at Nationals, and I had to fly out the next day to go to Prague to do Young Ivanhoe, which was my first acting job ever. So once I started doing that.
And then from there, it just kind of snowballed. Now, How was it working on a?
Yeah, I did.
How was it working on such a big film like Underworld?
It was great. I mean, I'd done a year of being a werewolf on Law School, and so it was pretty easy. I already kind of had the skill set, and then just had to be British and a little bit tougher and nastier. And I got to work with Kate Beckinsale. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So, what do you find is what work that you've done are you most proud of?
That's a tough one, man. There's a lot of different projects for different reasons. Touch of Pink was a great little movie years ago. Sort of gave me my first character role. I mean, Tudors, Vikings, Law School was great just because of the breadth of it. I mean, Dyson was 77 hours of Dyson. That's a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of great stuff. I don't know, too much to think about, to be honest. But
too much to think about, because you have done quite a few roles. Like, I even saw in your Internet Movie Database in Gossip.
Yeah, that's going way back. God, that was while I was doing a show called Riverdale.
Riverdale,
that was an old Canadian soap opera.
Yeah, now there's a lot of Canadian actors here. Now, the last thing I want to touch base on is you are Captain Canuck.
Well, I'm the voice of Captain Canuck. I wouldn't say I am Captain Canuck. Captain Canuck is...
But Rich
supersedes all of us.
Rich Comley here is Captain Canuck, but on the web series, you are the voice of Captain Canuck, which, across this country is, it's a huge thing. How was it being Captain Canuck, to be that face of Canadian comic?
Not the face,
just
the voice.
The voice behind the face.
It was terrific. I love that. I love that product, and I love, just Captain Canuck. He's like one of our first superheroes, and so it was a real honor to do him. And I'm curious to see what they do with the franchise from here on in. However, I can be involved, I will be.
See, other Canadian superheroes. Of course, you have your Deadpool. Of course, you have your Wolverine. So, who would win in a fight?
Is Deadpool Canadian?
What's that? Well, Ryan Reynolds is Canadian, so we might as well say that he's
but not
Canadian.
The character, right?
But
Wolverine was supposedly Canadian.
Yeah,
right?
Wolverine and Alpha, guys from Alpha Flight. There was Vindicator, I believe. Now, okay, let's just say, focusing on Wolverine with your knowledge of Captain Canuck, who would win in a fight?
God. That's a tough one.
It's a tough one, putting you on the spot.
I guess it depends on whether or not Captain Canuck's nanotechnology armor can withstand the cut of an adamantium blade.
The claws.
Yeah.
All right. Now,
can he cut off Captain Canuck's arm, cut his batons in half?
There was the Captain America shield. There's a great thing going online of what would win, Captain America's shield or a lightsaber from Star Wars, and it was a great back and forth with Mark Hamill and Chris Evans, which kind of ended up in a stalemate, but that's neither here nor there. So I really want to thank you for your time, and enjoy yourself here at Tri-City SuperCon here in Kitchener. Now, last question, what is the next project that you will be working on?
I'm working on something right now that I'm not allowed to say yet because I haven't been announced, but stay tuned. And you may catch me in space. That's all I can say.
Space sounds fun. Thank you so much. Have a good time here.
Cheers.
His eardrums were scientifically altered for world peace. His ears are more finely tuned than yours or mine. He can listen to a podcast from a mile away. He is the most dedicated podcast fan in the world. I do not always listen to podcasts, but when I do, I prefer the Tangent Bomb Network. Keep listening, my friends.